Get out. Get out. Get out of my feed! Imagine you were in my shoes for a second, overworked, stressed, and in a borderline existential crisis. Then suddenly, the music that's the only thing keeping you alive starts to sound like this. Why do you keep appearing in my feed? But if you have such an issue with it, why don't you use a playlist with your favorite songs? Of course I have a playlist, but I can't help but find new songs and artists by using the mix function. Otherwise, how can I manage to listen to almost 4,000 different artists? I'm trying to find gold in a sea of mundaneness. Now, I'm unsure if this is a YouTube music issue or a problem with my algorithm, but the fact it keeps happening to me has genuinely made me crash out. And it would appear I'm not entirely alone. Out of curiosity, I went incognito and used a fresh account with no history whatsoever to see if any AI song would pop up in my recommendations. In fact, I disabled the search history and whatever else these functions are to create an unbiased result. Okay, cool, now that that's set up, let's see what's gonna happen with my feed in the next few minutes. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's an AI song. Oh, these are all AI songs. Cool. For me, it's not about avoiding AI songs because they're utter trash, which, don't get me wrong, most definitely are. But unfortunately, there are also AI songs which sound pretty good. It's more so the fact that my conscience wants the clarity of human handiwork, not something a machine spits out without any effort, or work, or soul, or anything really. Just for some random guy to upload it to the internet and profit from it, which is starting to become more and more common everywhere. Now listen, I'm not one to judge anyone's music taste. I mean, heck, I unironically bopped to Shotgun Willie's songs, like, have you seen these lyrics? If you actually like AI songs and don't really care about the whole punching in random inputs into a free website to generate a mid-song that has abysmal singing, go ahead. Don't let me stop you. Anyways, back to business. But to truly fall in the AI music cesspool, you gotta venture outside of the top dogs and go indie or smaller. And what I found concerning, some genres are a lot more susceptible to containing AI than others. These genres appear to be electronic or anything adjacent, but that doesn't exclude any other genres like lo-fi and jazz are also very much susceptible. So even without any history, you will definitely get fed AI slop. And to make things worse, if you are stuck on YouTube Music like I am, which I'm slowly starting to regret as years go by, you can't block an artist or click on a "Don't recommend me the song" button. Because for whatever reason, YouTube decided not to implement it on their music app, at least not where it matters. It doesn't help that disliking a song doesn't do jack shit at times, as it'll still end up in your feed randomly.
Well, actually, when you dislike a song on YouTube Music, it'll send signals to the database of you interacting with the song, regardless of whether you like it or not, and thus the interaction will be documented as you interacted.
Shut up. You're stupid, and the system is stupid. Now this isn't really true because I made it up, but if it is true, then YouTube really needs to recode their algorithm, which shouldn't be that hard as Google says 75% of the company's new code is AI generated. Wow. Thanks, man. What I hate about AI music is not just those indistinguishable AI vocals trying to mimic human singing or the fact the lyrics just seem off. But actually, why do they sound off? Okay, enough of that. If you've listened to enough of these things, you start noticing weird patterns. The vocals are usually just a little too clean, but with a little bit of weird techie-ish vibrato. Usually the AI does this to compensate the flatness of the monotone singing, but it doesn't really know when and how to apply it in a song. So often it just seems very over the top. And for those who are interested, you can take the analysis to another level by comparing their respective spectrographs. I'm not able to fit that in this video, so if you want to juxtapose these graphs, be my guest. Moving on, the lyrics have the exact same issue. They're always saying something, but somehow saying absolutely nothing, like, check this out. Like, the lyrics are so typical. You certainly won't catch an AI writing something like this. SpongeBob, Rule 34, passing out, I'll be shitting on the floor. Now that's art right there, which brings me back to my actual problem. Because AI music doesn't just create terrible songs, it makes me suspicious of real ones. Sometimes I don't even know what is AI anymore, and that's the part that genuinely annoys me. A few years ago, spotting AI music was easy. The vocals sounded like somebody trapped a text-to-speech engine inside a dying microwave, the lyrics made absolutely no sense, neither did the rhymes, and it felt like its own subliminal genre. Basically the same fun we had with early image generation. But now it got better. Way better, and I hate it. And I also hate how widely accessible it has become. You can easily make a free account on one of the many AI music generators out there, make up some bullshit, wait a bit, and bam, that's it.
You fed the box a line, then called it a song.
Now when I hear a song that has a slight robotic or messy autotune that sounds somewhat AI-esque, my first instinct is to see if the artist has a history of songs going past 2024 or if the profile just screams AI to me, because a lot of AI profiles tend to look very similar. The profile picture is made with AI, the album covers are made with AI, or the bio text also gives you that weird an AI is trying to turn useless info into something motivating and trying to coerce you into engaging feel. Meanwhile, some profiles are so horribly lazy that it's just hilarious.
Hi, I am Alec Human, and I'm an electronic music producer and DJ with a deep love for house music and other directions of almost all genres of music. My first official release, extended play title!
And to be fair, some profiles openly admit that they are made with AI. I kind of respect those that do at least admit it, while some profiles think you'll pity them with a sad introduction text. Also, cut that bullshit, you clearly know what you're doing.
And sing for me. Those songs are not available at the moment. I am working on to getting them back online, but unfortunately, it's not that easy. There has been a lot of things have been going on lately.
Ja, geh Eier legen, du Pannenkoek. Now you might ask, how does that ruin real songs for me? Again, if the song gives me weird vibes, I always check. If it turns out it was made by a real person with an actual history, great. But 3 out of 5 times, that AI distaste will linger in the back of my mind, so I'd rather just skip the song and leave it behind instead of dealing with the signs. That's my core issue. Not just that AI music tends to be soulless and straight garbage, but that it also taints real songs for me. I want to listen to songs made by people even if they might be bad or if not everyone likes that specific type of style. But knowing that AI can simply mimic these songs with someone mashing in some meaningless words into a website for it to spit out something supposedly meaningful without any passion or energy or footwork just leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. Sure, I might also be biased as a content creator or whatever, that doesn't really say much nowadays, but it doesn't change the fact that using AI to create music or anything else while trying to advertise yourself as real is possibly the most saddest, lazy, mom's basement dwelling unemployed behavior ever. If you truly think you are an artist by doing so, then either get real or stop playing. You are not an artist, and you never will be unless you lock the fuck in. Make something real and prove to yourself that you're better than relying on some useless tool that does everything for you. Where's the fun in that? And the worst part is, AI music is never going away. It's only gonna get better, much better. Which means the problem isn't avoiding AI music anymore. The problem is figuring out whether anything you discover online was made by a person or not. Okay, Garmin, make a nice sounding outro jingle on how the viewer should like and subscribe, you stupid clank.